Welcome to a new Daily Top Askreddit video. Today's topic.
What's your most gatekeeping culinary opinion? I'm of the opinion that you can do whatever the fuck you want with food, but if you fundamentally change a dish, you have to change its name. It's all about expectations. If I go into a restaurant and order a carbonara, then when it arrives they say, oh, we make it with pepperami snack sausages and cream cheese. Then it's no longer a fucking carbonara. It's not necessarily gatekeeping, but things are called things for a reason. Imagine the chaos if we just abandon this. Come on, people. Here's our Reuben. It's got pastrami and coleslaw. Oh, you mean a Primanti Bros sandwich? Fun story. Wife and I went to a coffee shop years ago and I ordered a BLT. Food comes out and it's a bagel with egg, cheese, lettuce and tomato. I tell the waitress that they got my order wrong and she tells me that no, this is their version of a BLT. I kinda just sat there and tried to process that. Then I said, the reason it's called a BLT is because those are the 3 ingredients. Could you please bring me a BLT? Not rude or anything. She goes and gets the manager. He explains to me that this is their BLT. Complete disconnect that has stayed with me years and years later. Better not order a Jack and Coke there. It's not real gatekeeping unless it comes from the Gate region of France. Otherwise it's sparkling opinions. Stop calling mayo with anything mixed into aioli. Maioli. Tilde maioli. Give me the formulae. The name literally means garlic and oil. That is the base to make an aioli. You can get more creative from there, but that's where it starts. It got to the point I questioned if I knew what an aioli was. Every restaurant that offers it is just serving flavored mayonnaise. I'm glad to see I'm not the only one aggressively defending a real aioli is not just mayonnaise. If your Middle Eastern, Mediterranean place serves bad or bland hummus, I'm not even going to bother with the rest of your menu. If you can't get the basics right, don't waste my time. Love the episode where Gordon Ramsay has the store owner try his hummus and she agrees that it's better. Then he reveals it was just a Sabra brand he bought from the store. Edit. Timestamped link to the episode, https://youtube.be/t3wax34, t equals 1952. Damn, that's savage. He can be an ass, but sometimes he is really on his game. While recipes are useful, folks should prioritize why things work in a recipe over just memorizing a recipe. Shout out to Alton Brown and Kenji. Kenji is one of my favorites because he explains why everything works. Why you can replace specific spices or ingredients with others with no change to flavor. And most importantly, that it doesn't matter what the recipe says as long as you enjoy it. Burning shit doesn't make it Cajun. Oh, I have another one. Just because it's spicy doesn't make it Cajun, you shitbag chip companies. Edit. Only one that can get away with it is Zapp's Cajun Crautators. I feel like anything with the word crautators involved doesn't need to tell you it's Cajun. Please scrape the food off your chopping board with the non-cutting edge of your knife. That is all. Whatever edge you scrape with will be a non-cutting edge soon enough. If you change a recipe when you make it, you're not allowed to rate it in the reviews without making the original. Nothing worse than someone rambling about the 14 changes they made to a recipe. And then giving it a 3-star. Ah, I didn't have eggs. You just gave me endless hate porn. Thank you, and I curse your entire existence at the same time. Tears of joy. I replaced sugar with salt, and the flour with some dust I found in my attic. Then, to be more energy conscious, I baked it for 17.5 hours on top of a solar panel. 2/5 would not recommend this recipe. 1 piece of garlic is never enough. I double the garlic a recipe calls for and add a clove. Double? Those are some rookie numbers. Garlic is like oral sex. I've never heard anyone say, yes, that's enough. Quote, yeah, if you're not squirming and screaming, then it's clearly not enough. Garlic. Celery is not just as good when used as a replacement for onion. Will, you fucking monster. IDK who will is, but fuck will. What the fuck will? Most recipes you find online use way too little spices. 1 teaspoon of cumin, unless it's a meal for 1 GTFO. I look up a recipe for the list of ingredients and then make up my own measurements from there. Yeah, I don't measure any of my spices, I always cook to taste. I've never understood that. The measuring spoon set in my utensil drawer is strictly for baking. This is my biggest gripe with most food blogs. If you follow the recipe, it turns out under-seasoned and bland. My general rule is that if the recipe is on blog by a white lady with kids, you need to at least triple the spices and look into adding additional spices, herbs as well. Still agree with this, but I now also believe that by far the biggest reason why people's food doesn't taste is because they haven't added enough salt. If you are making something and you've got loads of cumin and paprika and coriander and it still doesn't taste like it does in a restaurant, try adding another good pinch of salt. Not only does salt taste good itself, it brings out the other flavors around it. You'll not taste anything if you don't add salt. Forget that spices, like 90% of those online recipes, just randomly make up an amount of time something needs to bake. 4. Saw a recipe for baked egg bites using a standard muffin tin. Said to bake at 350 for 5 minutes. Look, I know all ovens vary. But what magical oven does an egg get firm enough to remove from a muffin tin and be carried like an egg bite in 5 minutes at 350? Sauté the onions until lightly browned. 5 minutes is my favorite. Read. Most hated. Example of that.